Good morning. It is about, or almost, 9:15 on Monday morning. It's very overcast today, so the lighting is crap. Sorry, not sorry. So, yesterday, on Sunday, I went with a friend and did a gardening job, just like digging out and pulling weeds and stuff. I think we were there like 4 hours or something like that. It was a huge property. And we maybe did half of it. Oh, it was a lot. My lower back is so sunburnt. But, you know, was outside. Got lots of fresh air. Made a little extra money. It was nice. And on the way home, we stopped at my friend's house, and she gave me some moonflowers. I am so excited. So today, my plan is, before it gets too hot in the day, because it's supposed to get to like, I don't know, 32 or something like that. I'm sure there's going to be humidity. I can feel it. I'm going to dig out my front garden and like just take everything out and put these moonflowers in. So they don't look like much right now because they've been sitting wrapped up in a wet towel overnight, but oh, there's my finger. These are the moonflowers. Let's see. That's a flower right there. They only flower at night. And then these are the seeds. These are the pods. So I'm going to take that and plant it in my front garden. I'm going to show you my front garden as it is right now. So we'll mosey to the front of my house. It's not going to look too great right now because we're ending the season. So next year it should fill out really nice. Oh, look at these. My vines that came out of nowhere and randomly started growing at the side of my house. I love that. So, let's see here. This is my front garden now. Right? So all that is going to come out. It's my Rosa Sharon bush that died. There's another one under that, all that vineage. There's another one. The vines have grown over it and onto the porch. So I'm going to pull all this out. Those yellow flowers I'm going to put into a pot. But that's all going to be moonflower. And this is the pot I'm going to put those yellow flowers in. So then next year, when it comes back, it'll all be those great big leaves and stuff that are on the moonflower plant. And at night, it'll get these great big white flowers. I am so excited. I've wanted moonflowers for a good long while. Oh, the sun just came out. Goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. So, oh yeah, it's going to be hot today. Whew. So yeah, I'm going to do some gardening today. I'm excited. Right now I'm excited. Once I get into it, I'm going to be like, I'm an idiot. Oh, God, I gotta sit in the sun. I gotta sit forward. It's warm. So, oh, they keep changing the day they're going to drop Monkey off. Jesus Christ. Monkey was supposed to come home yesterday, but he wanted to spend another night at his dad's. I was like, cool. I don't have to rush home from this job, right? His dad just texted me something about dropping him off tomorrow now. Whatever, I'm working tomorrow. I hope he has his key. Whatever. Yeah, the job was nice yesterday. I made enough money that I could gas up my car and buy some stuff for dinner last night. So I was actually really concerned about whether or not I'd be able to gas my car this week. But the price of gas dropped down a little bit. And I don't know, I think I made about 80 bucks yesterday, so I gassed the car. That was like 50. And I bought some fixings to make some nachos last night after I picked Booboo up from work. He was telling me when I picked him up about this young lady that he was kind of friends with. And I guess she's been kind of giving him a hard time at work, like making things kind of awkward in a way. Just kind of being inappropriate for the workplace, the way she would talk to him, things that she would do are not that, not the way, it's not the way that you would speak to somebody at work, or things that you would do, actions you would do at work. Perfectly fine for when you're out, buddying around, but not appropriate for work. And she doesn't seem to understand the difference. He actually brought her over here for our Canada Day barbecue this year. Super nice girl, but like I said, just being inappropriate for the workplace. Perfectly fine as a friend out on the street, but not appropriate at work. And she gives him a hard time, but does it like on the floor in front of customers, and it comes off as very belittling or undermining because he's also her boss. So what would be friendly banter out and about comes off as belittling or undermining your boss at work, right? So he's saying that he was working with like 5 customers, right? He actually had a line of customers that specifically wanted to deal with him. And so, you can only deal with one customer at a time. So he had a line of customers. And she was having an issue. She had an issue with a customer in the sense that she wasn't comfortable trying to explain something to him or whatever, which is stupid because that's your job. But she'd gone to Booboo explaining the situation. He wanted to do something, and she didn't know how to answer him. Oh, I gotta get out of the sun. So he was like, well, you just say you can't do it. If this is the situation with his computer and whatever, and this is what he wants to do, but given the situation, we can't do what he wants to do, right? Just tell him that. It's not that deep. She didn't want to tell him that. Can you tell him? And he's like, dude, I'm dealing with 5 people here. Like, do your job. Like, he just had enough, right? It was like an all-day thing. Everybody was, boo-boo this, boo-boo that. We need you, we need you, we need you. Help us, blah, 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 blah. And he had just had enough, right? And he was like, look, go do your job. And she was whining at her, and I guess it was her birthday yesterday, and she was pulling that card, which is completely irrelevant in the workplace. Do your job. I don't care that it's your birthday. Do your job. He was like, okay, fine, whatever. So he talked to this customer and explained that they couldn't do what he wanted to do, whatever. And he was totally cool with it. He was like, all right, no problem. It wasn't a big big deal. She's making it into this big deal that it wasn't. Like, Jesus. And then I guess Booboo's boss had come to him at some point. She was in the back crying because he snapped at her. Oh, God. So he goes to the back and he apologizes to her, right? He's like, I'm sorry that I'm sorry for my tone. Not sorry for what I said, because what I said was right. I'm sorry for my tone. However, this is your job. Like, do your job. I can't do your job for you. I have my own job, right? And she wouldn't take his apology. And she's like, I'm not talking to you anymore. And he was like, okay, fine. Well, you're sitting in my chair. She was sitting in his chair where he sits and does his paperwork and stuff, right? He's like, okay, well, you're in my chair. Basically saying, get back out on the floor. Like, it's not break time. Go out and work. The poor kid, he was so frustrated when I picked him up. But I let him vent. And I'd said to him before, like, you have to be careful being friends with the people under you when you're management, because a lot of people, most people, I would say, can't separate outside friendship and then being at work, right? Like, most people, in my opinion, can't do that. You're either friends or your coworkers, right? Especially if you're management. Like, not so much if you're both on the same level at work, but when you're friends outside of work with your boss, you have to be able to separate your friendship from your work stuff, right? Most people can't do that. And this girl is one of them. As sweet as she is. I said, well, like, I'm really sorry you had a bad day, honey. That shit's rough. I said, but, I've told you before. It can make things harder at work when you're in a management position to be friends with the people under you at work. I advise you not to do it. Just saying. So I think he kind of learned that lesson yesterday, and he's like, I'm done trying to be, the friendly, like, no, you just treat your workers decent, right? You treat the people under you as human beings. You treat them decently. Treat them with respect. You don't have to be friends with them. It's better if you're not. Oh, my coffee is all the way across the table. So, poor kid. The things we need to learn. And he was so frustrated. He's like, I don't understand why she's being so immature. And I said, well, it's a young chick thing. Young ladies are very dramatic. Everything is life or death. He's like, yeah, but she's older than I am. It's like, oh, well. I don't know what to tell you then. She's just immature. I felt bad for him. But he got over it. It was fine. I made him some nachos. He was happy. Excuse me. My boyfriend was texting me all day. He was moving his stuff. He moves into his new house, I believe, on Tuesday. But he was packing everything up, and I think he's got like a truck or a trailer or whatever full of his crap at the house. It's just he can't put it in the house yet. I think that's what he did. But he was texting me all day yesterday. Wanting to know if I was working Tuesday. Like, he must have texted me 4 times about whether or not I was working on Tuesday. And I'm like, my dude, number one, I'm at a job. So I didn't have my phone on me. I had it in the car. And number two, I told you Friday that I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That if you needed help with stuff still, then Saturday I could come up and tidy stuff up or help you organize stuff, whatever needs to be done. As long as I'm home at a decent time on Monday, because Tuesday is back to school next week. And I was like, yes, honey, I'm working Tuesday. Why? What do you need? He got back to me a few hours later, and he's like, he says, I was hoping that you would come and clean the house for me on Tuesday before I get there and move his shit in, right? Because apparently he had done a drive-by or whatever, and they hadn't cleaned the house. There's all this scrap. There's like a barn that's been sort of half taken down. So there's all this scrap and all this wood and whatever, all just kind of chilling there. And the house wasn't cleaned. And I guess the lady that lives there is like really dirty. And I said, my guy, like I told you last week that if you needed help in any way to do anything, that I would take a day, or 2 off of work and come and do that for you. And you said, no, everything was fine. It's under control. And then you text me on Saturday to see if I can come out on Tuesday and clean your house for you. Like, he was like, I'll pay you and everything, which is, yes, you will. Yes, you will. It's like, I've already got my schedule for the week. You're SOL, my dude. Like, hell. Whatever. Like, think things through, man. When I offer to help, think it through before you say no. But whatever. Not my problem. So we'll see. I might end up going over there on Saturday, and if there's anything that needs to be done, get it did. I don't know, but I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, and then Friday I need to go and get Monkey some back to school stuff, like, lunch stuff, snacks, juice boxes. I think he needs a lunch box. So, yeah. I don't know. This will be a quick one because I want to hit that gardening before it gets too hot. It's already getting muggy. And I think we're supposed to get some rain today, so I'm going to boot. But anybody watching, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope your weekend was fantastic and productive and relaxing and all that good jazz. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.